going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm going back to Bossive.com, and the article is by lexdirects. It says a federal lawsuit to be filed against teacher for bullying, assaulting a 7-year-old black special needs student. Okay? Come outside, Karen. We're not going to jump you. We just want to talk. No matter how trifling and trash racists are across the country, like forcing a 9-year-old to eat food from the garbage, someone in Florida is ready to give them a run for their money. For their MAGA money. A teacher at Air Base Elementary School in Homestead, Florida, sunk lower than low when she allegedly attacked a 7-year-old Amari Clark back in September of last year. CBS 4 reports that her mother, Ada Clark, will file a federal lawsuit against the teacher for bullying the sweet child about her special needs until Amari was moved to another classroom and then retaliated with an assault that sent the little girl to the hospital. How is she still walking free after attacking this little girl in broad daylight? Okay? And we're going to go over to the news article. Again, it is by CBS 4, and I will link that in the description as I do with all my sources so that you will be able to follow the story. And with that, I am going to play the video. If you have small children in the room, I would suggest that you pause the video or come back to the video at a later time when it is just adults in the room. Some of the descriptions may be sensitive to some viewers and may trigger and upset some. So, with that warning set aside and put out there, I'm going to play this video of this news report.
CBS 4's Ted Scouten spoke with the girl's mother and reports from Miami.
I like playing on the piano and I like eating my mommy food.
Talking to us with her mother right next to her, 7-year-old Amaria Clark is a happy child who was a student at Air Base Elementary School in Homestead. That is until recently, after allegations that she was bullied by a teacher.
I was hurt. I'm still hurt. You know, I sent her to school. The way I sent her to school, that's the way I expect her to come back.
Ada Clark is Amaria's mom.
She's a loving, she's sweet, she's kind, she's loving. She's not an evil child. She's not a vicious child.
The family attorneys say that Amaria, who's developmentally delayed, was mistreated by a teacher, so she was pulled from the class. It's after that that the attorneys say that teacher retaliated.
To see Amaria boarding the bus home, come up from behind, swoop in on Amaria without any provocation, notice, or warning, grab Amaria from behind, jerk her and yank her around, to falsely accuse this little girl of stealing a cell phone, which of course there was no cell phone.
According to the family, Amaria suffered a sprained arm and had to wear a sling.
No child should have to go to school worried about what will happen to them in school in regard to the teachers and the administrators.
The Miami-Dade School District released a statement saying these are serious allegations that were thoroughly investigated as soon as they were first reported. The investigation was concluded with a finding of no probable cause.
There was no clearing. Once we get a chance to depose principals at the school, officials at the school, the teacher, and some of these students, then we'll see if she's cleared.
The district tells us that teacher has been with them for 45 years with no prior disciplinary action. In Homestead, Ted Scouten, CBS 4 News.
Okay. So you just heard and seen the news report. Again, I will link the details to that report in the description as the source for the video, as I always do. But, wow. Continuing with the article, this teacher waited until Amari boarded her bus after school to ambush her from behind like a BA bully and snatched the girl's arm with so much force that it left her bruised and sprained her tiny arm. In a statement, the mother said, "When my child gets off the bus, other children were all around me, telling me what happened." Ada said about the day of the incident. "It didn't make sense. But by the time I got Amari home, her arms told it all." Once Ada heard the story and saw the bruises, she took her daughter to the urgent care unit at Nicholas Children's Hospital and filed a report with the Miami-Dade County Police Department. In another statement, it says that the doctor came back and had to wrap her little wrist. I just broke. She went from doing cartwheels up and down to now having to rest her hand on a pillow because it hurt, she continued. The article continues, just like Kern, she pretended to be the victim and accused Amari of stealing a phone. However, there was no proof before or after the violent confrontation that she ever had or even touched that woman's phone. In fact, Amari wasn't even in the class at the time because the teacher had already been reported for claiming the girl, who is developmentally delayed and requires individual education plans, is impulsive and acts like an animal. She also refused to let Amari go to the bathroom as needed despite her documented bladder issues that her urologist had treated her for years. This is a statement by Ben Clump about the teacher and little Amari, what's going on. I will also link that in the description as well if you want to go over to Twitter and check that out as well. Continuing on, the Clark family believes that the attack was per retaliation for reporting the teacher and removing Amari from the classroom. The incompetent ingrate should counted her blessings that she kept her job instead of plotting on payback against a defenseless second grader. In addition to the violating Amanda's 14th Amendment rights, the family is suing her for violation of the America with Disabilities Act and assault and battery, false imprisonment, displayed negligence, and infliction of emotional and physical distress on a child. And the statement, which was basically said in the video, if you want, you can always go back and refer to that. I'm not going to reread that. If this horrible story wasn't enough already, the Miami-Dade School District claims she did nothing wrong. This was also in the video. You can also refer back to that if you would like to. Miami-Dade School District also claimed the teacher who worked for them for 45 years had no prior disciplinary action. That's precisely the problem. If this teacher was reported for mocking and assaulting a 7-year-old with special needs and still has a clean record, what else did they let her and other racist teachers get away with for the past 50 years? Let this lady pick on somebody her own size behind bars because she most certainly belongs in prison. And I do agree with that wholeheartedly. Not only should this woman be behind bars, but the school and the school district should come under fire and be investigated as well. I mean, open up a full investigation. There is no way that this little girl um, would um, or should, excuse me, let me rephrase it, should be subjected to this type of treatment, this type of behavior. No child should be subjected to this type of treatment or behavior. It kind of makes you wonder of how many other incidences that was reported and swept under the rug, or how many other incidents that have happened and was never reported and never uh, followed up on. It is an extreme disservice to the student and to the school itself, um, to say that she did nothing wrong when you have allegedly, because this is going to be an ongoing case, multiple witnesses recount the assault that was put upon this little girl. It tends to, what type of investigation did they do? They should investigate the investigation that they did to find no probable cause. She was well within her right for grabbing a special needs child, a child, period. You're a teacher. You're not an enforcer. That's the important thing that I think I need to put out there. To accuse her of stealing a phone when she wasn't even in your class says a lot. It's like they want to sweep this underneath the rug. And I hope that they make a big enough noise about this, that it brings awareness and also some policy changes. And I hope someone loses their job. Someone loses their license to teach, all the above, because this is unacceptable regardless of how you choose to look at it. Um, but with that being said, as always, you guys, please join me in the comment section so we can get this conversation going about this and any other school and school district that has done this. Previously stated in this article, it was a teacher that made a student eat food out of a trash can in the lunch. Like, it's ridiculous. How do these people have jobs? People have been fired for less for coming in late. Okay? I don't understand it. But with that being said, let's get it going in the comment section as always. And with that, I will get with you guys in the next video.